to do this. And there's that like, oh man, really? But then like, okay, it's Thanksgiving, let's do this. And it's so, these things are universal, like these family gatherings, like, okay, it's Japan and baseball in the summer, or America and Thanksgiving and football or whatever sports. It's just so universal. And that also is a testament to Hosoda, in that clearly he was thinking to the world when he created Oz and he created Summer Wars universe. He was thinking about bringing this to as many people as possible. And it's just, you don't have to understand the Japanese cultural references to feel it in your heart.
That's what I thought was like absolutely amazing, because you had like the parents who are like, Grandma had probably no idea what Oz was, or like she probably and
she didn't care.
We can relate to that as like our parents have no idea like what the hell an anime convention is, or why the hell they're here and whatnot. So
my mother, no clue. She doesn't know what she's looking at when she's looking at an anime. She's like looking at a Picasso or something. She's like, is that a face?
I don't know. My mother.
It's like she's missing that enzyme.
My parents know that I like it. They just don't get it.
Yeah, I know. My parents don't understand either.
Yeah, and that's also the way Grandma reacts to everyone. The tagline that we chose for Summer Wars is always protect your network. And when Granny, she contacts her network in a way that only she can through her connectivity. Just like Kenji and Sakuma, they can connect into Oz. Granny can connect into a much older network. But they're solving their problems in the older network. But they're solving their problems in the same way. And it's beautiful and seamless. And I think in that scene there isn't even any lines. You just hear music and you see the imagery go through, and you get it. Yeah. And that's why I think
Yeah, and for those of you that haven't seen that scene, it's actually one of my favorite scenes in the film. It's when Oz starts breaking down. It starts having huge repercussions in the real world, because almost everybody, public officials, people that are manage the infrastructure and water lines, things like that, everything's regulated now through Oz, much like everything is regulated through the internet. And so when this rogue virus begins to just break everything down and steal people's accounts, everything goes to hell, and the world is completely because the young generation has no idea what to do. They're paralyzed without the technology they know, and so Granny, she's like, this is ridiculous, and she's lived through like a war.
She has this old rotary phone.
She pulls out this rotary phone that she's had for years that still has a landline to it, and she dusts off this black book and starts calling people in favors and using the technology from her generation to get everyone kind of back online. And she calls the fire department, and she's like, okay, you need to go here and check on all the old people in the neighborhood first, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be the most affected by this, because they don't have all this. I mean, it's just it's a great scene where she just steps up and says, it's a war, let's do it. And you're like, oh my God, Granny, here's this, the older generation, which had long, everyone's kind of treating with reverence in this family, but everyone kind of feels it's Granny, she's old, what can she do? And then she totally steps up and saves the day.
And she does it
with this, without a computer or anything, with just her, with a sort of a network in, I guess, an analog network, a real flesh and blood network of people. And it's just a fantastic little sequence in the film. It's about halfway through that I love. It's really the centerpiece of the entire movie.
Respect your elders.
Now, I'm going to I do have a couple clips I wanted to share here. This is, on the whole, Wabi-Ski is a douchebag and Natsuki is awesome. I have well, not complete douchebag. This is a little clip that we never put online. It's just it's a little bit more of a subtle clip. It gives you a little glimpse into the relationship between Wabi-Ski and Natsuki, and Kenji just hanging out in the background.
Plays
Sean Nichols.
Yes, Nichols. What the hell's the character name? I can never remember that.
Kenji Koike.
Kenji, the little guy there. He's really the male lead of the film, and he's so heartbreakingly good. He and Brina have this unimaginable chemistry, and the whole idea of him getting dragged into this. He's the outsider. He does not know this family. He's never been there before. He's totally on the spot, and he's having to pretend to be her fiance. And he's like, I'm your what? She's like, just play along. And the grandmother, she's not stupid. She's kind of eyeing him there's something going on here, and he's like, no, nothing at all. But I mean, that whole his character evolves. Oh my God! By the last scene, you want to marry him.
Wow.
He's absolutely amazing, and Senator Nicholas just knocks it out of the park. He's such a good actor.
I think this clip shows him off a little bit. This is one of the features of Summer Wars is there's the online world Oz, which looks way different from the real world. This is one of the action sequences in Oz where King Cosmo, hero of the internet, fights Love Machine, the rogue AI that's trying to destroy Oz. Moments and the hustle and bustle of family life, but you get to see the internet in all its glorious color.
Yes. Oz is awesome. If there were really an Oz, I would totally join.
Yeah, I would join it too. Do you want to show the other clip before going back to questions?
What's the other clip?
It's one of my favorite moments. This one is definitely a Natsuki feature. It's towards the end of the film, but it is not a spoiler. It is a clip. If you've seen it, you might think it is, but this is just one of those moments that I knew I would have to share it. It might be.